guys, welcome back. Okay, so today we are doing something fun. Have you guys ever just wanted to try a meal because you're like, yeah, I can cook that and I can cook it good and I can make it taste good? So we are going to do a fun Southern traditional New Year's Day meal, and we've got some collard greens, black-eyed peas, some pork, which is just going to be bacon for us, some cornbread, and some fried cabbage. So if you know, you know. A lot of this is a superstition in the South. It's also just really a tradition. And low-key, guys, I don't think I've ever ate this meal and I've enjoyed it and been like, that's good. But it will be after we get done with it. So we are going to get started. And I know a lot of you, if you're not from the South, this might be all over. I really don't know. Let me know if other places do this. I've really just heard of it primarily in the South. It's a superstition. So most of it represents like luck in the new year, abundance, wealth, monetary gain, all of this. You eat each thing. You have to eat it on New Year's Day, and hopefully you will pick up some of the good luck along the way in the new year. But we're going to get started. I have got my greens. I'm washing them in a vinegar solution, some salt. We're going to scrub. We're going to get in there, get them things clean, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so we got our sink full with our greens. We've got some vinegar. We got a little bit of salt in here. We've been scrubbing. We've been cleaning. I will say I don't have as many as I thought I would. We did Walmart delivery. Y'all know I love me some Walmart delivery, guys. I will always pick saving some time and energy, and especially when we've been sick and not feeling good. But they kind of let me down today. A lot of my greens were really wilted and just not usable. But we're cleaning them, and we're going to get started on the rest in just a second. Okay, friends, let's start by getting our bacon ready. I know a lot of people in their collard greens use like a smoked turkey leg. Well, I don't have that. I don't have access to that. So we are just going to use some smoked bacon. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get that ready. And notice somebody got new knives for Christmas, and they're really sharp and they're kind of scary. But they're really pretty. Okay, so dice your bacon up. Go ahead and get that going. That way we can start frying it in just a minute. I did like maybe 6 pieces to start with, and I think I added like 3 more by the end. We're going to use this both for the collard greens and the black-eyed peas. So here I've got my cast iron enamel pot, and we're going to start frying up the bacon. This is going to be for our black-eyed peas. We're going to go ahead and throw it in there. That way we can start crisping it up, getting that grease going. And here I've let it cook for just a little bit. Make sure you're scraping the bottom of that pot to get all that flavor. We are going to take the bacon out. That way it just doesn't burn, and put it into a dish. I've got it lined with a paper towel. That way you can soak up some of the grease. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like soggy bacon. It's gross. And we're going to go ahead and prepare our veggies. So we will be using 1 onion and 1 bell pepper for the black-eyed peas. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to start slicing up another onion for the collard greens. You like my makeshift cutting board? I know everybody's going to say, you're putting scars into the top of it, because Jake already did. But you know what? My other cutting board was covered in bacon yuck, and I panicked and didn't have time to wash it because it was a lot. So we've diced our onion up. We're going to go ahead and just roughly dice our green pepper up. I'm going back and forth. I'm trying to do it in a hurry because I feel like something was trying to burn. But anyway, okay, here we go. We've got everything almost chopped up. Green bell pepper, onion. I think I'm going to use a little bit of garlic too, because you guys know I love my garlic. And we have still got our oil from our bacon heated up. I'm going to throw in garlic. So, let's see how much I throw in. Probably like 1.5 tablespoons, maybe 2 tablespoons. And we're going to throw in our green bell pepper and our onions. That way we can start cooking those, and they can get a good, soft color to them. We're going to cook them until they're translucent. That's how we'll know we're ready. And we're going to keep scraping the bottom of that pan, because that's where all the flavor is. So just make sure we're scraping it, we're stirring it, and once we add our chicken broth in, it is going to be easier to scrape up. That way we can get all of that flavor going. So here we are, we've got them soft, we've got them nice and tender, and you can see that on the bottom is starting to scrape up a little bit. That way the flavor is going to be in the black-eyed peas. We're going to add, I think I added 4 cups of water right here, and I'm doing, for the black-eyed peas, I just did the chicken noir bouillon cubes. It works just as good as chicken broth, but with my collard greens, I got actual chicken broth. I added 2 more cups, and I am adding 3 cubes. I think the directions on that is 3 cubes, or sorry, 1 cube per 2 cups of water. So go ahead and throw those cubes in there. I know everybody's probably like, quality, but it tastes the same, guys. Well, maybe not, but it's still good. And I had my black-eyed peas soak it overnight. That way they could cook up a little bit quicker and they were soft. So go ahead and stir that in with all of your other good stuff. And then here comes the seasoning. And remember, guys, it ain't seasoned until you're sneezing. So we're going to do some garlic powder, lots of it. We want these beans to soak up the flavor. We're going to do some onion powder. I don't know about you all, but everything I've ever tried a black-eyed peas has tasted like dirt. I did not want these to taste like dirt. We're going to do a little bit of ground cumin. Just a little bit of that, not too much. Oh, those black-eyed peas look weird in that pot. But they were yummy, so it's fine. Some black pepper, black pepper. And then we are going to go in. I dropped the liquid smoke in the back. We're not using it, but we are using some Slap Ya Mama. I'm having a lot of some hard times getting that to taste the camera. So lots of Slap Ya Mama. Just season until your little heart is happy. You can't go wrong. Stir it on in, and then I know some people do like a bay leaf, and I think I had intended on doing that, but you know what, my heart told me to stop, so this is what it is. Put the lid on, and we're going to let that cook. Okay, we're going to start our collard greens in our little beautiful U-cooker. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. Hello, there we go. Okay, let's do this. And yeah, I guess start when it's preheating. I'm still a little unsure how to use this thing. Okay, bacon. Get in there. We're gonna cook our bacon and then take it out, and yeah, we'll figure out the rest. Okay, let's cut up our collard greens. Some people say to move the big part of the stem. Some people say don't. I don't know. We're just going with it. We're going to roll them up, and we're going to start slicing. Go. They're ready. Okay, here we go. We're going to get our collard greens ready. We're going to start by frying up our bacon. I'm using my little beautiful everything cooker, and it's taken some time to learn, but I really do like it. You can cook everything in it. It's great. So crisp up your bacon for your collard greens. We're going to go ahead and take them out of the pot so they don't burn when we start to cook our onions in a minute. We need the grease, so put them in a bowl lined with a paper towel. That way we can throw our onions in, and this is what I'm most excited for to cook. I feel like if you can cook collard greens, that's saying something, because nobody can cook greens just right. Not everyone, I should say. Not nobody, but not everyone. So we're going to go ahead, and in that bacon grease, we are throwing in our diced onion. It is not uniformly cut, guys. I am still working on it. You all know I have no patience for the chopping, but it's okay. Ooh, maybe I should get one of those choppers, that you just like smack. That would be good. Okay, so anyway, let's throw our onion in. We are throwing heaps of garlic, probably like 2 tablespoons again. I love my garlic. And we're going to cook those until they are translucent and soft and tender. And then our onions are finally cooked. We have to check chicken broth. Some people use water from So I Have read, but it is more flavorful if you use chicken broth. So I am throwing this whole carton of chicken broth in here. You can also use bone broth. That would probably be even better. But we're just going with this because it was cheaper. So pour your whole carton in. And then this is where you are going to get your greens. I have cut them. I left some of my stem on, but took the really tough stem off at the very bottom. And we are going to throw and stuff these in here. And don't worry, because they will cook down. So if you made too much, just go in batches. Throw it in, let it cook down, and add your other ones. But I'm just kind of stuffing them on in. And that way we have room to put the lid on. And it's our favorite part. We're going to season. Please don't be scared of seasoning your collard greens. Okay, so we're going in with some garlic powder, I think. I usually tend to go with that first. And then we're going to go in. I put some chili powder in there because, guys, our girl ran out of paprika. And there was nothing anywhere in the stores. Like, there was only a smoked paprika. And it was $9, and I'm not paying that much. So we are going in with some Italian seasoning now. I noticed that a lot of people used Italian seasoning in their collard greens. And I was like, okay, I want to try it. And it turned out really good. So lots of black pepper as usual. You all know me. Little bit of salt. Not much because I know that chicken broth has some. Guys, just a disclaimer. This is not a healthy thing. This is a once a year. It's by the New Year's meal. And then we're going in with a lot of Slap Ya Mama. Love the Cajun seasoning and the beans. And we're going in with a little bit of liquid smoke. I've never cooked with liquid smoke before, so I didn't really know what to add. So I did just a few dashes, and it turned out to be just right. About a tablespoon of butter. Not really sure why. Somebody on TikTok told me to do it, so I did it. I'm easily influenced, I guess. And that is brown sugar. So it balances out, like if you do leave the stem on, it's supposed to balance out that bitterness in the stem. And the vinegar is too. I used red wine vinegar, so it's supposed to balance out that bitterness that's in the stem if you do use it, leave it on. And plus, I love brown sugar. If you're in the South, chances are you put brown sugar in a lot of stuff. We get made fun of a lot at work. There's someone that just jokes with us and giggles a little. All in good fun, though, because we put brown sugar in so much stuff. It's a joke with us. Okay, anyway, we're going to add our bacon back in. That way it didn't get burnt. And then we are almost done with our collard greens. They are looking already so good. And that water, the broth, guys, you don't want it to be clear. You want it to be a little bit colored so it's got some flavor. Throw your lid on and we're going to cook it. And then we're going to go ahead and start on our cornbread. And as a true Southerner, I really don't have an exact measurement recipe for cornbread. I've learned to just eyeball it. And I will tell you, it took me a while to get my cornbread recipe perfect. So I do 2 eggs and I make sure I whisk them so they are well combined before I start adding any of my cornmeal or my flour or anything in it. I also use self-rising flour, so I do not use baking powder in my cornbread. It makes all the difference. I used to try, but it didn't. So pretty much my ratio, I am throwing the cornmeal in right now. I do almost equal parts, but slightly more cornmeal than I do self-rising flour. You'll see me, I always kind of split it up and put half on one side of the bowl and half on the other. That way I can gauge. I'm pouring in the self-rising flour now. That's what it should look like. I always do slightly more cornmeal. And then, controversy, guys. Put a little bit of sugar in my cornbread. It does not make it sweet. It brings out the flavor. Salt and sugar are best friends. So it brings out the flavor. Try it. Don't knock it till you've tried it. It is not overly sweet. It's literally like a tablespoon. I'm seasoned with nature seasoning and salt and pepper. Don't be afraid to season your cornbread. You want to see the seasonings in it or it's going to be so bland, just like terribly bland. So make sure you can see the seasoning in your cornbread, that way it's not bland. And then we are going to start adding our milk, and this I always just do it, I start with a little bit and Oh, ooh, I'm adding sour cream because I wanted buttermilk, but I didn't have buttermilk. This is the next best thing. It keeps it so moist, and it just adds a little bit of flavor. So sour cream. I think I did just about half of that little container that we had left. So I've go ahead and give it a mix. I've already added the oil to it. I always put oil in my cornbread as well. I needed more milk. So always start out with a little because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. And you'll see we're looking for a certain consistency when we're done. I like mine a little thicker. Some people like theirs a little thin, and that's okay. It's all going to cook the same, and it's still going to be delicious as long as you have seasoned it well. A little bit more oil. It just helps make it more fluffy. And we're going to keep whisking. That way we can see if we've got that right consistency. And we don't, so I'm adding just a bit more milk. Keep on stirring. Scraping the sides down. Get that whisk going. Jake hates when I make cornbread because he helps me wash dishes. And he hates washing a whisk. Just a fun fact about him. Okay, that's the right consistency. We got it. And here you are going to see a poorly attempted attempt of me trying to one-handed pour this into the iron skillet. I've had my iron skillet heating up in the oven with the oil in it. That way the oil is hot when it's ready for the cornbread. And we are going to start on our cabbage and sausage. So get you, I think this is just regular smoked sausage. We're going to cut it up into little coins. That way we can throw it in our iron skillet. Jake got me a new iron skillet for Christmas too, and it's huge and I love it. I've never had one that big. So just go ahead and cut your smoked sausage up in coins. Most of the time I like to use the skinless smoked sausage because it's a texture thing for me, but they didn't have it. So this is what it is, and it actually turned out pretty good. So go ahead, dump it in your iron skillet. I had a little bit of oil in there just because nothing I made had a lot of fat in it today. And we're going to go ahead and start cutting up our cabbage. They gave me the tiniest little piece of cabbage there ever was. And a lot of the parts on the outside were not good. So we just made do. The inside was really, really tough. And we just cut a little bit of cabbage off of it. But it's fine. I just started cutting it into strips. That way it was a little easier to manage and a little easier to eat. And yeah, I'm cutting on top of my iron skillet because at this time, guys, your girl is getting tired. This meal was a labor of love and it took a while. So we are looking for a nice little crispy char on our sausage before we add in our cabbage. It just brings the flavor out. It's all about the flavor. It's all about the flavor anytime, but this meal specifically, it's all about the flavor. I feel like I had to prove to myself that I could cook it because I have never had a traditional New Year's meal that was tasted good. Black eyed peas tasted like dirt. Collard greens didn't taste like anything. They tasted like water. So I felt like I had something to prove. And I did such a good job. I was so proud of this one. Don't make fun of me, but I'm really proud of it. So, okay, let's throw in our cabbage. That way we can start cooking it down. And it'll shrink too. There's not a lot of room left over in the skillet, but it's going to shrink too. So we're going to go ahead and season. I put a little bit of nature seasoning in it. And this one I kept pretty basic. So nature seasoning, just a little dash of salt or so. And then I did, of course, you named it, black pepper. Because it's so good. And I was hefty on the black pepper. We're going to stir it down so it starts cooking down. And the sausage is going to continue to crisp up. The cabbage is going to soak in the flavor and the seasoning of everything, and it's going to be delicious. And here we are. Everything is coming together. It's all finishing up. This is what the cabbage looks like. Here's my black eyed peas. They look so good and so seasoned and so flavorful. And here's the star of the show, my collard greens. Look how pretty they are. Oh my gosh, they're just so pretty and beautiful. And it's fogging up a little bit, but it's okay. I had to get another shot. Look at that broth. Look at that bacon. It's so good. My cornbread is looking pretty. And look at my final plate, guys. It's just beautiful. Chef's kiss. So good. All right. What are you going to try first?
Yeah.
Try the greens. Try the greens. Do you like them yet? Jake's never liked greens.
Those are pretty good.
I seasoned the snot out of them. They're a little spicy. Do
They
you feel
actually
it?
have flavor.
I know. I'll try the black eyed peas. Pretty good?
Pretty good. Most of the time they taste like dirt, but these are good.
Ah! I did it! Oh my gosh, you're going in for a second bite of greens. It means something. Going?
Okay.
Okay. Greens first. I really did something there. Oh my gosh. Everything's so good. Whoever's made this for me before, y'all don't know how to cook. I do. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Okay. Okay, had a pat. You ready?
I'm scared though.
It's okay.
Actually good.
Okay. You want to try your greens?
Yeah. I've been wanting to try my greens for a little while.
They got bacon in them too.
That's actually good.
Are you surprised? You want to try your little bit of sausage and cabbage?
I thought I already tried that.
No, your sausage and cabbage is the one in the middle. Yeah.
Try my cabbage.
I take that as a that's good. Chef's kiss.
Bacon.
What are you going for first? The black eyed peas?
Yeah, the
Okay.
black eyed peas.
Good. Okay, try your greens. I'm excited for you to try the greens. Oh my gosh, my tripod's in the way. My bad. Are they good?
They're really good.
Anything else you want to try?
The sausage.
Sausage and cabbage.
Oh my gosh. Really good.
All right. Thumbs up?
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Okay.
Good.
Good? What are you going to try next? Your sausage?
I need a fork.
I think you can pick it up with your spoon. It'll be okay. Kenny decided to forego the greens. She thought they might be spicy. Ooh. All right, Kenny. Okay, guys, that was it. We did it. Everything was really good and tasty. I'm really proud of this. But, guys, this was a labor of love. It took a while. I am red. It was hot. Like, steam was wafted and hit me in the face the whole time from everything. But it was so good. It was totally worth it. I would do this again. Your girl can make collard greens. And I feel like that is, that's something. Okay, anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Have a happy new year. We're going to kick off the year really fun. Let's get going. Bye, guys. We'll see you next time.